Uh-oh. Oh, look at Ambrose.
These WWE moments make you ask, what are the odds?
The dogs are barking in Charlotte.
On SmackDown, Kofi Kingston took on Madcap Moss. Kofi had Big E in his corner, while Moss had Happy Corbin. Corbin tried to get his hands on Kofi, but Big E got to him first. However, watch Corbin's hat. Not only does it fall off, but it also lands on top of the steel steps. Why is AJ Styles phenomenal? This is why.
About it. Oh!
During a last woman standing match, Bayley pulled out a kendo stick, but her opponent, Bianca Belair, was able to send it flying out of her hands. Look closely though, the kendo stick lands perfectly on the barricade. Even more amazing is that the stick stayed there for 3 minutes until the referee pulled it down. The only thing that's cooler than that is when the ECW Originals took on all 4 members of the Wyatt family in an Extreme Rules match. At one point, Luke Harper had a kendo stick and threw it on the mat, only for the stick to bounce, allowing Bubba Ray Dudley to catch it and start beating up Harper. Bubba's reflexes sure are extreme, aren't they? At TLC 2016, Dolph Ziggler fought The Miz in a ladder match. This led to a moment that you couldn't possibly script out. Miz hit Dolph with a drop kick, causing the ladder Ziggler was holding to fall and hit every single rope on the way down. I guess the ladder wanted to make sure it landed safely. Kofi Kingston is not only extremely athletic, but he's also a good shot. This pancake perfectly hit a fan, and Kofi wasn't even trying. Mr. Perfect lived up to his name. While entering the 1991 Royal Rumble, the Perfect One needed to get rid of his towel, so he threw it up into the air, and Bobby Heenan caught it effortlessly. Before another match, Perfect once again had to get rid of his towel, and he did it in the most perfect way. What makes this moment even more amazing is how Mr. Perfect takes care of his gum.
There's Mr. Perfect, and there's the gum.
It wasn't just dumb luck either. While staring down Diamond Dallas Page, DDP spat a piece of gum at Mr. Perfect, and Perfect swatted away in midair. Wow. Speaking of gum, this next clip is amazing, but kind of gross. On AEW Collision, the World Tag Team Champions, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, were defending their titles. Once Dax became the legal man, he absorbed a massive chop from his opponent. However, the chop was so hard that not only did it cause the gum to fly out of Dax's mouth, but Cash Wheeler actually caught the gum. Once again, that's awesome, but kind of gross. Eric Rowan is the embodiment of the villain who unintentionally does helpful things. While beating down Buddy Murphy backstage, Rowan threw a bag aside, only for it to land perfectly on the hook. Even when he's trying to make a mess, Eric Rowan is actually cleaning up the locker room. The Rock doesn't just know how to talk on the mic, but he also knows how to flip it.
Here we go! JR, here we go! On the Rock!
Still not as impressive as Roman Reigns though. On an episode of WCW Thunder, Terry Funk fought Bret Hart in the main event. The Funker tried to use a steel chair, but while he didn't succeed in throwing it into the ring, he did succeed in having it sit upright. However, AJ Styles learned the hard way why you don't throw steel chairs. After successfully defending their tag team championship, Stone Cold grabbed a few cold ones and decided to share with his tag team partner, The Undertaker. Despite being a dead man, The Undertaker caught the can of beer like he was in a commercial. You would not expect to see such an amazing moment during a Cracker Barrel Clash match, but you would be wrong.
Monkey flip. Janela landed on the chair.
The Rock's football career may have been cut short, but he still knows how to intercept.
What a match, JR. I can't believe it. Oh, no! The helmet's been tossed in the nonstick.
This guy has really good aim.
What's he doing? Look out! Whoa! Trash can, here we go!
As he was waiting for his opponent to enter, Chad Gable took off his shirt and it landed on top of a fan's head. Not only will Chad Gable give you his shirt, but he'll even help you put it on. During an episode of WCW Nitro, Scott Hall was trash talking in the ring. A fan somehow nailed Scott in the head with a drink, only for the bad guy to use it to slick back his hair. While that was pretty impressive, wait until you see what Kevin Nash did. In 1996, Big Sexy, along with Hogan and Scott Hall, ambushed the main event of WCW Nitro. Fans voiced their displeasure by throwing drinks into the ring. Nash must be Spider-Man because he caught one of the drinks and then dumped it onto one of the wrestlers he had just laid out. Okay, this is simply amazing. At WrestleMania 33, Jinder Mahal was one of 33 wrestlers competing in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. NFL football player Rob Gronkowski was watching the match ringside, and Jinder decided to introduce himself. The modern-day Maharaja took Gronkowski's drink and threw it out, but watch the cup, it somehow landed right side up. Wow. This fan has painfully good aim.
Right off the top.
This is just insane.
Spinal tap. Look at got caught into a submission. Triangle by Julia.
There are a lot of really powerful WWE wrestlers, but Braun Breaker is on another level. During a match, Breaker hit the ropes with so much speed and force that he literally caused the ring to move. Even Brock Lesnar had to use a tractor if he wanted to reposition the squared circle. Question: how do you get in and out of a WWE ring in 2 seconds? Here's how.
Here comes another top cruiserweight. Yeah, with a sliding activity. Look out!
Have you ever seen a crossbody performed like this?
Quarter with an Orton. Oh,
Ricochet creates tons of viral moments.
I don't know, but I guarantee it's highlight worthy. Oh my goodness, what a collision!
However, this one was truly one in a trillion. At NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, Ricochet was fighting Adam Cole. Ricochet attempted a springboard moonsault, but instead...
Great example from Ricochet. This could be it.
How Adam Cole is able to land that kick without seriously injuring Ricochet is beyond me. I didn't even know it was possible to cough and sneeze at the same time.
I did what I had to do to get the authority back into power.
Pat McAfee could do more than just run his mouth. While doing commentary, McAfee casually flipped his pen up and then caught it in midair. The only thing that's more impressive than that is what Mr. Perfect did. While flipping his own pencil, someone threw a second pencil to try and throw the perfect one off. Not only did Mr. Perfect still complete his flip, but he also swatted the second pencil away. We've seen many wrestlers use the missile dropkick, but have you ever seen someone do this?
Look out, Warlord doesn't have a clue where he is. Dropkick, that's shut him down.
They should have called Coco Beware the Catman for landing on his feet like that. This counter looks like something straight out of WWE 2K.
That one, that turnaround, oh my god! Oh!
Layla wasn't the greatest female wrestler, but she had the best aim. In 2008, William Regal was competing in a Survivor Series elimination match with Layla by his side. Unfortunately, Regal got eliminated in just 11 seconds, but the ironic part is that Layla got more offense in than William Regal. After her client got pinned, Layla took off her shoe and completely nailed CM Punk in the face. Do not get on Layla's bad side. How can he hit 2 different moves at the same time? Paul London shows us how.
There's nobody there. Look at the, oh, beautiful.
There's a 0.001% chance that a wrestler will get injured like this, but there's still a chance. During the 2000 Royal Rumble match, the Mean Street Posse ran in and attempted to attack Bradshaw. However, Pete Gas has the absolute worst luck, because as he was sliding in, he hit the bottom rope and actually broke his nose. Like I said at the beginning, what are the odds? Many people have tried to top it, but this RKO was truly one in a trillion.
You gotta be kidding me! How did he do it? Did he get it? Oh my god! He could have been RKO in midair!
Everyone remembers Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant going at it in the main event of WrestleMania 3, but the referee had some pretty slick moves of his own. As the match went on, fans started throwing trash in the ring. The referee eventually got fed up with his ring being disrespected, caught a piece of garbage in midair, and threw it where it belonged. If only that referee had been there for what this fan did to Umaga. Back when he was Jamal, the Samoan Bulldozer and his tag team partner, Rosie, were ordered to beat the crap out of ring announcer Lillian Garcia. As Umaga was climbing the top rope, a fan with really good aim threw a roll of toilet paper that hit Umaga in the head. Totally disrespectful, but that fan was a good shot. We've seen great drop kicks, but this one is the greatest.
Going to be the new champion. Wait a minute!
However, this is the definition of impressive.
Born in MLW. Look at this. Unbelievable!
Now this is something straight out of a cartoon. On Raw, Raquel Rodriguez was having a match against Nia Jax. At one point, Raquel picked up Nia and hit her with a powerbomb. In doing so, however, Raquel left a perfect outline of her face on Nia's gear. Gunther does everything aggressively, even taking off his own jacket. That fan nearly got knocked down. John Cruz was making his tag team debut alongside his partner, Levy Knight. Once Cruz got tagged in, he made an immediate impression without hitting a single move.
If I look like John Cruz, I'd have my jacket off all the time. He's in great condition.
This is just plain bizarre. In the mid-2000s, MVP and Matt Hardy competed in several contests to see who was better. One of those contests was a basketball challenge. MVP might have been the one with the ball, but the real MVP was the bug trying to make it across the floor without getting squashed. Montel Vontavious Porter had some mad skills, but I'm happy to say the insect made it safely to the other side. At SummerSlam 2018, Brock Lesnar was armed with a chair, but ate a spear by Roman Reigns, and somehow the chair landed on Lesnar's face. Even the furniture wanted to pin Brock. Not only that, but in the same match, Lesnar threw Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank briefcase so hard that it actually damaged part of the WWE set. It's a good thing Brock Lesnar never tried baseball. What are the odds of this happening?
Could have thought this could happen. Forward now on the announce table.
This is how amazing Paul Heyman is. In the main event of ECW, Heyman screwed the champion RVD out of the title and aligned himself with the challenger, The Big Show. After the Giant won, fans began throwing trash into the ring. Some fan nailed Paul Heyman with a drink, but Heyman completely no-sold it. In fact, he didn't even blink. But you know what's crazier than getting hit by one piece of trash? Two pieces of trash. During a massive brawl involving Goldberg, Kevin Nash, and Bam Bam Bigelow, security ran out to break it up. A guard in a black shirt was hit by a cup. Then, just a few seconds later, a second cup smacked him in the back of the head. Whoever threw those cups clearly had a personal vendetta against that security guard. You may not remember Elix Skipper, but you will after seeing this. This is the most perfect landing ever. While competing in a match, Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, sent his opponent Hernandez out of the ring. Then, Cardona jumped over the top rope and literally sat on top of Hernandez. Talk about sitting on the job. As you've seen, wrestling fans are great throwers, but this guy was the greatest. At Halloween Havoc 1995, Ric Flair betrayed Sting and joined the Four Horsemen. Afterward, the Nature Boy was explaining himself when a fan threw a drink that landed perfectly between him and Arn Anderson. I guarantee you have never seen this happen during a wrestling match. Jack Perry and Rob Van Dam were going at it, and Perry decided to throw a chair. However, after hitting the referee, the chair somehow landed on the top rope. It actually stayed there for a while too, until Rob Van Dam went up for a 5-star frog splash. During a non-televised WWE show, Sami Zayn was taking on Finn Balor in a last man standing match. Since anything was legal, Zayn decided to use a kendo stick. Once he was done, Sami threw the stick down, causing it to fly into the crowd and land in the hands of a fan. However, watch what happens next. But that isn't the only insane thing that happened during this match. To finish off Finn Balor, Sami Zayn threw his opponent through a table. However, in a freak accident, the table caught Zayn and cut him open. Luckily, Sami was okay, but these other wrestlers weren't. To see the worst WWE injuries, watch the video on screen.